We're Talking Drums, creating conversations with the world's top drummers in the most extreme genres. This episode is brought to you by Los Cabos Drumsticks, Canada's #1 choice for drumsticks. They provide the wood you need to make the beats you deserve. Los Cabos Drumsticks. Now with your host, Corey Hopping.
What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the We're Talking Drums podcast. If this is your first time listening or watching, then welcome. Hope you like to hear drummers talk about being drummers. That's pretty much what we got going on here. This is episode 73 of the podcast. If you have missed out, go check out the other episodes. We got tons of great conversations with some amazing drummers from all over the world. So make sure, if this is your first time, go check out the other episodes. Share with your friends. You can find us on all the socials, Instagram at We're Talking Drums. We have a Facebook community group. We got all that stuff going. We have a Patreon page if you guys are interested in supporting the podcast. It's only a couple bucks a month. So check that out if you're interested. It helps out greatly, and I appreciate all you amazing Patreons who have subscribed already. You guys are absolutely sick. All right. This week we have on, we're going to jump right into it. All right. I know you guys hate these long intros, so we're keeping her short. This week I have a very special episode because this is the first podcast that I got to do while I was on the tour. My band Lothar was out on the road in September, October when this was recorded. It was the tail end of September and October, and we were in Nashville, and I got to catch up with my good buddy Spencer Moore from Inferi. This is the second time he's on the podcast, but this time we actually got to sit down in person and talk at length. We didn't have like a time frame, so it was perfect. We talked a lot about touring, a lot about being a musician on the road. Talked about warm-up routines, just like what you should pack. Like for any of you musicians out there who either haven't gone on tour or are preparing for some of your first tours or anything like that, or maybe tour just has sucked and you're like, I don't have the proper things, I can't figure this out. This episode is for you. Tons of gems in there. We talk tons about drums, blast beats, like all kinds of fun stuff and nuggets of information to take away from this one. It was such a pleasure to sit down and talk with Spencer before my show at Dark Matter in Nashville, which Nashville is a super fun place. It was the first time I'd ever been, and had a great time. We talk a lot about Nashville in general as well, you know, so hopefully you guys enjoy this as much as I had doing it. Without further ado, here's my conversation with Spencer Moore of Inferi. Oh.
Cheers.
Cheers. Spencer, welcome back to the We're Talking Drums podcast, this time in person.
Thanks, dude. Happy to be here.
We are in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm on tour, so it's great that we can meet up.
I know.
Hang out.
For sure, man.
Yeah, it's a lovely Dollar General parking lot.
Very
across
nice
from the
Dollar
venue.
General.
Yeah. It's not too bad. It's a little quaint. It's got nice greenery around.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of green here, for sure.
A lot of green. I didn't expect as much green in Nashville.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But, yeah.
It's like river basin, so there's trees and plants and stuff all over the place.
It's beautiful. We've been, so we came into the city yesterday, and all the guys wanted to check out Broadway and like all that, all the bars. And like,
Did you?
We did. Oh, we spent all day and night there. And like, I don't drink anymore, so they're.
What did you do?
Oh, we went to the Kid Rock bar.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah,
It was something, man. Yeah. Great band though playing.
Yeah,
They got a really cool stage set up there.
for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't been there personally. There's a million bars down there now, and that's like the tourist trap spot that everybody goes to, you know.
Yeah.
Top-notch musicians all over. They're mostly playing cover songs. Pretty much everywhere, you know. But I mean, it's like we have a pretty big population of like working musicians doing that kind of thing, and that's like their whole gig. And you can make good money doing that too.
Like the cool thing was too when you're walking down the strip, is there's a band in every single bar.
Oh yeah,
and the drummer is always like up against the window,
Mhm.
so you can just
see-
walk
yeah.
by and look like, oh, okay, he's playing those pedals. And I saw one guy who's playing DW pedals, but with trick beaters.
Interesting.
Yeah, double pedal too. And I was like, okay, yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
we went in there and the guys got a drink, and you know they're pretty good bands. So, yeah, there's some cool spots
For sure.
Yeah, we were just at Roberts. Yeah, it's right on Broadway, obviously.
Okay, yeah. Robert's Western World?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah.
Sick.
We were told by, who was it? We were at the Gibson shop earlier,
Mhm.
and one of the guys in there was like, "You got to hit up Roberts. It's the only place on the strip you need to go."
Yeah.
Yeah. Because other than that,
It's probably
just all
like the
same
most
shit.
historic place down there. Everything
Yeah.
else is like newer, and but that place has been there since way before Nashville was like blowing up and growing a bunch and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah. It's a cool city. Where did we go? We went to not Music Alley, Music Row.
Mhm.
That
Bunch of
was-
legendary music studios all up and down that area.
Yeah, it was cool for me because I was like just looking at like it's all just buildings, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I dragged everyone else along, and they're like, "Well, this was fun." It's like nothing to actually look at.
Right,
It's just
yeah.
like, oh, cool, and like Warner Brothers, Nashville is there.
Yeah, but
like
the amount of
you know?
records and the actual records that have been tracked in those places is like
it's insane. Insane. Yeah.
And that's where all the like BMI and CSAC, all those companies are like, they've got like headquarter buildings and stuff all through that area and stuff too. So.
Yeah, we walked all through there. Yeah, it's great, man. The weather here is fucking unbelievable.
It's been pretty nice lately. It's actually getting a little bit warmer again.
Yeah.
But the really shitty summer heat and humidity and stuff is on the way out for sure. So.
Yeah. That's a good thing. That's why we toured in the spring in May,
Mhm.
and then we're back on the road in September. So we missed all of that like super crazy summer heat.
Did you come through the South at all on the May tour?
Yeah. We went down the East Coast to Florida.
Okay.
And then out to Texas and
Still
Cali
gets pretty
and all that.
swampy in some of those areas. Even that time
it was
of year.
pretty hot. But then we got to like San Diego and it was chilly. You know,
It's like
mid-May.
it's so dry there. Like it'll get warm in the day, but it's still like deserty enough, I guess, that it like cools down at night and stuff.
Yeah, I love that Arizona heat, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. Everyone else is like, oh, it's so hot. Like I'm dying. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to work out or like
Yeah.
just like be active. I don't know why, man.
Yeah,
The Arizona heat is just sick.
for sure.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places to go through.
I like Arizona a lot
Yeah,
too.
Arizona. So everyone complains about the heat there, but it's like,
Yeah.
I like it.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I don't think I've ever been in Arizona like in the middle of the summer
Yeah.
when it's like, I mean, I think they had like record long days of like over 110 degrees or something. Like
Yeah,
that
I remember.
this year,
I remember
so-
I was there in August one year, and it was 115 degrees. Yeah,
That's rough.
dude, it was like we had a good thing. We had a runner for the day, so we just hop in her car and like
Mhm.
anywhere we needed to go around town, she'd drive us to. Because
That's
like
sick.
we were not gonna walk around town.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. It was fun. You know,
It is.
it's just it's
Very
great.
fun.
I love coming down south when it's starting to get cold up in Canada.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, yeah, because like winter's coming.
Yeah.
You know, we can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna put these on. This sun is killing me.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm in the shade.
There we go. Oh, cut that. So you guys are hitting the road soon, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, we got like 2 back-to-back tours.
Oh, nice.
So, which has seemed to be the thing for Inferi a lot lately. But we're going out on our first ever headliner.
Nice.
It starts on October 28th. Starts in Chicago. We do a big loop. And then we end it here in Nashville on November 25th. And then we're home for like 2 or 3 days. And then we fly to the UK after that to go out supporting Obscura and Decapitated for like 2 weeks.
That is going to be sick.
Very, very excited for that.
Yeah. Going a killer headliner with First Fragment as well, right?
So Tomarum's opening the show and then Summoning the Lich. First Fragment's doing direct support and then we're headlining. Yeah.
I love First Fragment. Good homies of ours. And actually, because we were talking about Unleash the Archers, because we're doing this tour, and then about a week after we get home, we're doing some dates with Unleash the Archers in Canada, and their bass player, Nick, is a guitar player for First Fragment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm excited. I still haven't seen First Fragment. They played here in Nashville on their last tour, but we were on the road at the same time. I know they crashed at my house and stuff, but I wasn't even there yet.
Yeah, man. They're super sweet, dude.
Seems like it.
Very French, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, it's acceptable this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you shred, then it's okay. You know,
you
same
can
with,
be French if you shred. It's fun.
Yeah, same with Cryptopsy. They get a pass, you know?
Man, I wanted to see that tour, too.
I know.
Got a bunch of homies on that one, and I've never seen Cryptopsy before, so.
They're playing Toronto when we're doing the last date of this tour. We're in Rhode Island.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's
sucks because we'll be home the next day. If it was one day later.
It's like all the shows you ever want to see happen while you're gone if you tour. Or at least that's how it is for me. I feel like Nashville doesn't get a whole lot of the kind of shows that I want to see all the time. And when they do come through, I'm gone.
Yeah. Nashville doesn't get like a ton of metal tours through there. Eh?
No, I mean, we get some. And it's getting better. For sure.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely seen like an uptick in shows, and I've seen a lot of bands who have come here in the past start playing bigger venues here and stuff. So it's definitely growing in Nashville. But I don't know. I feel like not just metal, but a lot of tours pass us up in general.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in Nashville don't like to go out to shows. It seems to be getting better, but a lot of people are like already playing a show or something. So,
right. It's all musicians here.
There's a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you want to go out see live music, like we were saying, Broadway, it's live music everywhere.
Yeah. Broadway is where to go if you want to like see cover bands and drink like $8 Bud Lights and stuff. But I mean, we've got all kinds of venues all over town and stuff. My favorite area to hang out and go see shows is usually East Nashville, which is what this area is considered. But we got a lot of venues on this side of town. Yeah. And you'll see a lot more original music and bars and stuff like that on the east side for sure.
Nice. And you're saying a lot of bands come through and then they're playing bigger and bigger venues. Hopefully, next time we come through, we're playing a little bigger of a venue than this one.
Dark Matter's cool. Yeah. It's a great DIY spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
We see a bunch of shows here.
Yeah.
I was here like less than a month ago. I feel like I'm here a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick then.
Yeah.
Good.
Sure.
Yeah. We never know what to expect, especially this run. Like, it's a lot of smaller venues and stuff like that. And some of them have been interesting so far. But the fans that come out have been amazing.
Sick.
And as soon as we get on stage, it doesn't matter. Like, the crowd loves it. We're having a great time. They're having a great time. You know, like...
For sure.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when we walk in, we're like, like, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
You know, we've loaded in and now the venue is full. You know, like... But we figure it out, and then we have the show and everything. By the end of the night, everyone's in a great mood. So,
for sure, that's sick.
But that's always the tough part about the small venues and stuff is where we're gonna put all this gear.
Yeah, definitely.
Because both bands use all in-ear units and everything like that. So, it gets a little stressful. But
there's a local tonight too? And then it's just you and Paladin on the road, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. It's just 3-band bill tonight, so
shouldn't be too bad for gear in there. Like I said, I haven't played this iteration of Dark Matter. There've been a few of them before, but I think they have some space in the back for stuff. Like
I think so. I think so too. I think on our advanced,
it's small, but not like insanely small.
Yeah. Absolutely. It'll be fun. Yeah. It'll be fine, dude. We're in Nashville.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, we're just hanging out with the Paladin guys, and they're so awesome.
They are.
Man.
I'm excited to see them. I haven't seen them since we toured with them in like 2019 or something.
Holy shit. That's such a odd billing too. You guys in Paladin, eh?
It was an interesting lineup. It was cool though. It was them, us, and a Legion was the tour package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That could work.
Yeah.
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 And they're the only like real like clean singing band, but
yeah, for sure. But I mean, they had growls and stuff too. They played some of their growlier stuff on that run.
Okay, cool. They fucking shred,
I know.
dude.
And they sound exactly like the record too.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all the solos and the harmony, everything is fucking flawless. Yeah. Big shout out to Paladin.
Yeah.
If you don't know them,
Paladin ribs.
Yeah. Check them out.
Oh, yeah.
Shred metal. Like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
So sick. Yeah. And Nate, the drummer, is super sick, dude.
For sure.
I'm hoping I can find a day where we can sit down and do a pod. So,
yeah, you should.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, fuck. Yeah.
Sick drummer, sick dude.
Absolutely, dude. They're the best.
Last I talked to him, I was surprised how into black metal he was. Because they don't strike me as a very black metal-y band.
No. And I heard that too, where Alex was telling me when they're driving at night, I guess it was Nate and Andy, I think, just put on blast black metal for hours while they're driving. They're like, guys, come on. It's like, is there anything else we can listen to?
Yeah.
It's like, no, black metal all day. Like, okay.
I mean, if it keeps you awake when you're driving at night, whatever works,
Do you ever go to like playlists or like genre that you go to for night drives?
For night drives?
Yeah, I find that is when music is the most crucial.
It is.
Is night drives.
And I will sometimes, but I usually have a hard time listening to metal when I'm trying to stay awake because it's really like soothing to me. It makes me feel comfortable.
Right.
So I get sleepy. And also it can be like a wall of sound kind of thing.
I can't listen to blast beats.
Yeah.
Like if I put on Origin, I'm going to sleep and everyone is dying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe something like on the proggy side of things.
Okay.
But more often than anything, I listen to a lot of hip hop when I'm driving at night.
Nice.
It keeps me awake. I'm focusing on like the lyrics and stuff and not the drums so much. And my brain isn't used to doing that. So it like keeps me
it stimulates
awake.
You in a different way. Yeah.
And a lot of it's really like ignorant stuff. Like I listen to a lot of like Rick Ross, like Ludacris.
Oh yeah. Exhibit?
No, but I should.
You should.
I should.
Early 2000s Exhibit is sick.
I love Zach Fox, and I listen to Denzel Curry a lot too. Run the Jewels.
Nice.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened to hip hop since I was wee lad.
Okay.
But more recently I've been listening to more like Method Man and this stuff I kind of listened to when I was a kid, but never really got into as much.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Dre and all that was like, everybody was listening to that. So you know all that stuff. But then the early Method Man stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really sick. But I never really gave it the time of day.
Yeah.
So that and even more the Exhibit albums and stuff are they're dope.
For sure. Yeah. To be honest, I never really listened to Exhibit much at all.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start with it. I know him from Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
But I never really listened to him.
Or like LL Cool J. LL Cool J was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was Ice Cube.
Yep.
Ice Cube's sick.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love that shit.
That's sick.
My go-to stuff is like 90s and early 2000s pop music.
Okay. Like what?
Britney Spears,
Okay.
Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
I got some 90s party playlists.
Sick.
They're sick. Backstreet Boys.
Oh yeah.
All that stuff.
Yep.
Good singing tunes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
So
That'll keep you awake too.
That's it. You need stuff that you can all the lyrics, you can sing to.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how I do. Or like Amigo the Devil.
Amigo is sick.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. And I know all the songs. So like I can just sing along.
That's cool.
It's good. Even though it's a little more mellow.
For sure.
It's still like, it'll keep me awake because I'm singing.
There's one band I used to be into a lot that I kind of like for the same reason. Kind of similar vibe musically to Amigo. The Avett Brothers. Are you familiar with them at all?
No, I'm not. I'll have to check them out.
They kind of like fell off for me a while ago when they started like incorporating full band stuff. But they used to just be like a 3-piece. It's a dude playing guitar, a dude playing banjo, and a dude playing upright bass. And the guitarist and the banjo player, one of them would have a kick drum and the other one would have a hi-hat.
Oh,
and so
perfect.
they'd be doing like percussive stuff with their feet, just like timekeeping kind of stuff, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But while they're playing the guitar and banjo parts and singing and stuff. And it was definitely like on the folky side of things, but like their older stuff had like just a little bit of aggression to it. Like kind of, I think they were like punk musicians who started playing folk music.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like, they got bigger, they got poppier, they got a full band. It didn't have the same kind of vibe to me anymore, so it kind of like fell off. But I like that band a lot. Yeah. Definitely very good, like sing-along kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And cool storytelling with the lyrics and everything.
Reminds me of a band I used to play for. He was a solo artist for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And then he like formed a band around his solo material. And I wonder if people fell off because he started doing full band stuff.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know.
It's a double-edged sword, man, with that kind of music, because it's like you don't want to alienate your older fan base, but also at the same time, maybe getting a full band would help your audience grow a little bit. And it's, it's
I don't think he really lost too many, but he was the same kind of like grew up listening to punk rock and metal, but then he just like picked up an acoustic guitar and started writing music by himself.
Gotcha.
And it was very aggressive and everything like that. But then we started writing music all together, and it became this whole other thing altogether. Right? But now he's back playing solo stuff. So all you guys can enjoy that now. Yeah. Oh man. So since we're kind of we were talking about tour and stuff like that, do you have any like for people who might be going on the road, maybe for the first time?
Okay.
What is like the top things that you would need to bring on the road?
Oh man. Let me think about that.
Because you're gonna have to start packing for tour, I guess it's not that soon. It's still a month away, but
bring if you're limited on like packing space and stuff, bring more socks and underwear and less like shirts and pants and stuff. Yeah. Because if you don't have the opportunity to do laundry for a long time, you are gonna much rather have clean underwear and socks than like a fresh t-shirt or something like that. So keep that in mind for sure.
And to note on that, I would say I would highly recommend, especially as drummers, but pretty much anyone in the band. Yeah. Don't wear underwear on stage for one. And if you need to wear socks, keep the same pair of socks and wear them every night.
Yeah. It gets okay. Yeah. I will piggyback on that. What I've been doing for a few tours now, which is kind of gross, but helps your clean clothes last a lot longer. Yeah. Keep like the same set of stage clothes for a while and like hang them in the trailer
the whole time. Yeah.
The whole time. Man, they get I mean, I'd sweat a ton when I play though.
Oh, I do too. After the first show, I was like, shit, these are rank.
Yeah.
Oops. But whatever. It is what you get some Febreze them up. They don't smell as bad.
But when your clothes start to feel crusty, then that's when I'm like, okay, new t-shirt tonight or whatever. But
I might do that. I think I have like 3 stage shirts because it's just a black sleeveless. Like but pants are the same ones every night.
Yep.
We usually do laundry halfway through a run.
Sure.
So wash them once, good to go.
For sure. Yeah. But you can hang that in your trailer, or like I'll put stuff in my hardware case sometimes and just extend the life out of it. And then like even if you're playing and stuff that smells terrible to you while you're on stage, as soon as you're done, you can just change into fresh stuff. It feels way better.
That's it.
Another thing related to that, I always bring at least 2 pairs of shoes on the road, and I have 1 pair of shoes that are only used to play drums in.
Always.
And then
of course.
my like chilling comfy ones. And then also like if you're like in nasty venue bathrooms or whatever, then you're not like stepping in some gross shit and then like getting that all over your pedals and stuff.
Yeah. I always have very specific set of shoes for drums.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. You got it.
You get used to what you play in all the time, and it's crazy how much a little bit of weight difference or feel difference or something in a shoe feels. But if you get super used to one thing and then try and play in something else, it can throw off your game.
Oh yeah, I like a full change top to bottom, and then that way it's like putting on a uniform before you go to work.
Yeah,
you get prepared for the stage. So
yeah. Another thing that is essential to me is like liquid IV or emergency or any of those packets you can pop in a bottle of water for some extra hydration. That goes a long way, especially when somebody inevitably gets sick on the road. Liquid IV makes like an immuno booster version of their stuff, and that has saved all of our lives so many times on the road, just helping us keep from feeling like absolute shit, you know. So stuff like that is crucial. Bring some kind of entertainment for the road, because you're going to be in the van for a long time and you won't always be the one driving and stuff. So like I've always either got like, I don't know, I'll bring my Switch, or like Stevie and I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, so we'll bring decks on the road and throw some cards and stuff. Or like sometimes I have like work that I have to do while I'm on the road, whether it's like writing or transcribing or something like that. So I'll bring my laptop, and if that's the case, then I'll leave the Switch at home and I have games I can play like on my PC or something when I'm like done working and need something to do. Yeah. Or like if you can read books, that too. I can't do it in the road.
No,
on the road in the van.
I can't do it in the van. No,
it hurts
way.
My head so much. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know why, but I've tried so many times and I never make it more than like halfway through a book before I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. No. Too much stimulation and hard to get into it, and my head hurts and stuff. So like, trying to think about like other essentials and stuff. Those are probably the top three for me.
Yeah. Those are a good three. Yeah. So like, keep yourself occupied so you don't get bored as fuck. Keep yourself healthy. Right? That's crucial.
Yeah.
And don't make sure you got clean socks and underwear.
And shoes.
And
reuse your stage clothes. Make them last as long as you can.
Yeah. Stage clothes are crucial, and a lot of guys don't think of that.
I know.
Yeah. You need them.
I didn't when I first started touring, and I was like going through clothes like crazy because I was like, this shirt's sweaty and gross. I'm not going to wear it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then like having to do laundry way more than I needed to. Yeah.
How about when it comes to being a drummer on the road? Like, do you bring practice pads, like a full setup, or because I see guys like Trivium and shit, they have like big green rooms and everything. Alex brings a whole V kit setup. You know, same with Alan Cassidy. From BDM. Like
those are big bands playing big venues with big green rooms, like you said. They have room and space to do that. They got huge trailers and they got like crew to help them load it out and set up and stuff.
So if you're playing small venues all over, what do you recommend for guys that want to, keep up their chops on the road?
I always bring at least like a snare practice pad. I'm a big fan of the high resistance ones that make you work a lot harder when you're playing on them, because then like you warm up with that and then you sit down on the kit and you're like flying because you have rebound all of a sudden again. Sometimes I bring a kick practice pad. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling, and I feel like most of the time when I'm on the road I get to a point where I quit even bringing that in.
I'm there already.
Once you're like playing every day, I don't know. I feel like my hands usually need more warm up than my feet do for whatever reason. So at the very least, snare pad. And if you can bring both, it's nice to have a kick pad sometimes too. But so definitely bring that sort of thing. Is that the whole question?
Yeah, I guess so. Kick and a snare.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
it works.
It's something to warm up with.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, if you don't have the space to set that up, at the very least, you can take some sticks and flip them around backwards and hit on the back of your arms and stuff. That kind of does the same thing. You don't have a whole lot of rebound off of like the underside of your forearm or anything, and your hands and fingers are going to move the same way. So
even just having your sticks in your hands.
Yeah.
Right? Getting those comfortable and then you're good to go, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or a towel on top of your snare.
Yeah, that works too.
It works. Yeah, it all works. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another thing I try to do on the road, I always do it when I'm at home. Don't always have time, like, before or after a set or whatever, but I have, like, a whole stretching routine that I go through. It's a little lighter before I go on stage than it is like after I'm done playing or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like I usually just try to loosen up a little bit before playing, and then afterwards I'm trying to like stretch my muscles out and make sure I'm not getting knots and tension and stuff built up.
That's a good idea. An after show stretch.
Yeah. Because I mean,
I got to start doing that.
It keeps you limber. And you know, if you have a bunch of nights in a row where you have to like sleep on a van bench or like on a floor or something like that, you know, then you're at least taking care of your body a little bit. And, you know, like if you're not getting good sleep or whatever, it helps a lot.
I've been waking up sore pretty much every day.
Dude, you guys, I'll show you my stretches, man.
Yeah, man. I need to do after show stretches. I never do because it's always get the kid off, break it down, everything, go to merch, hang out with fans. It's always so busy. It's just taking five minutes.
Yeah.
Or 2 minutes even.
Yeah, just do a quick one. You don't have, I mean, like, if I did, like, my whole routine start to finish, it'd probably take me 15 minutes if I'm not, like, hustling.
Yeah.
But any amount is better than nothing, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. The only thing I do is stretch out my, like, fingers and stuff like that beforehand.
Okay.
If I can, like, I'll do, like, push-ups, just get the blood pumping.
For sure. Jumping jacks for me.
Jumping jacks, yeah. If I can go for a little, like, sprint.
50 jumping jacks right before I go on stage. Yeah. Right after I'm done warming up, right before going on stage.
Yeah.
Always helps.
Dude, a lot of nights, if I'm a week into a tour, I don't even really do warm-ups. Like,
really?
Last run in May that we did, I would just do some push-ups, some jumping jacks. When I hit the intro, I would sit there and just like stretch out my fingers, blow on my hands because the venues were usually pretty cool.
Yeah,
we were the first on. Make sure my hands
wash your hands under warm water if you can. That helps a lot.
Yeah,
for the same thing.
Yeah, you want them
even
like
if it's not cold.
a little clammy, you know, so that you grip the sticks nice, right?
Even if it's not cold in the venue or anything, if you wash your hands with warm water and like get your wrists under there and everything, it'll loosen you up really quick.
Oh yeah. I really just like I always found like my hands were dry.
Yeah.
On that run, so I would just like blow into my hands, make sure they're warm, little clammy, just while the intro's on, and that's like pretty much it. And then hop on stage, and 98% of the time, perfectly fine.
Sick. That's awesome. I have to warm up. Warm up. I can't not do it. I don't know.
You're
if
playing
it's like
a little more, what's the word for it?
Fast.
It's fast, demanding.
Yeah,
demanding style playing. Than
there's
what
a lot of notes.
So. There's
a lot of blast beats.
A lot of notes.
Yeah. And I just like I just have to like know in my head like, okay, I have to like remind myself, okay, I can play fast enough to play this tonight, you know?
Yeah.
So warming up helps. And then also, I mean,
it's kind of a mental thing too, right? But like just so you're like, oh no, I'm good.
Peace of mind before going on stage and stuff.
And it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's never a bad thing to play and warm up, right? So
it can be a bad thing to warm up too much though.
Yes.
Because I've definitely done that too.
Yeah.
Just trying to go way too hard. And then like I already like wore myself out a little bit before I even go on stage. That never feels good either.
I find like 3 songs in, I hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
So if I can play for like 10 to 15 minutes beforehand, that's where it's at.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
That's the best time. Yeah. Feel like I need some of that vitamin D or That stuff you're talking about.
The Liquid IV.
Liquid IV. Yeah.
Stuff is a godsend, man. It's so good.
It
doesn't taste bad either.
No, and it's always a thing. Like whenever you're on tour, someone's bound to get sick.
Yeah,
you know,
it happens every single time.
Every time, man. Yeah, it doesn't matter because especially you're out and about on the town and during the day, you're meeting fans,
shaking hands, and
it's gonna happen. Yeah, so
cramming a bunch of people into a room and.
Yeah, and then you're all sleeping together, right? Pretty much. Well, in our case, we're literally sleeping together.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like there's no separate hotel rooms here or anything.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, so it gets pretty rough.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, man. So, let's talk about blast beats.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you mentioned blast beats, and then I'm like, I like blast beats. Which do you have any type of blast beat you prefer?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Euro blasts.
You love the Euro blast?
Oh yeah. Just alternating hands.
Dude, it's grown on me
your feet
so
up with
much.
the right hand. That's that to me is a blast beat. That is the one, and everything else is like a variation on it.
8 notes on the kicks. 8 notes on everything with alternating hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds so sick.
It's my favorite. And also there's something like so like physically gratifying about when you're playing blast beats and everything's lined up perfectly and you're like totally like on the grid, everything feels good.
Yeah,
you're alternating everything fine.
And it
feels so good.
I find with the Euro blast you can groove harder on it than with like a bomb blast or anything.
I agree because like you have more room to like do accents and stuff.
Yeah,
with the right hand especially. Your left hand got to be locked in on the snare and stuff, but your right hand can. If you can lock your feet and left hand together, you can throw your right hand around.
But even with the left hand, you can like go like harder and softer and give it like
a little bit of
more dynamic feel to everything. With the bomb blast, I feel like you have to like just beat the shit out of it. That's the point.
That's
of that.
Like okay, I have to just be a machine right now.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of. Not a lot of life to it, you know.
Exactly.
It's. Well, I mean, it's energetic,
of
but
course,
not like what's the word I'm trying to think. You're just playing 16th notes. There's not like a lot of room to like give it some feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like bomb blasts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Unless you're doing like 8 notes on the beat with your hands. Yeah. And then.
I'm also like not trying to talk. I play those too. Of
course,
they're just different.
Yeah. And then, but if you do like different patterns with your feet underneath it, you know,
Okay, so like with the Euro blast, I feel like your right hand and your hands are more like what gives the feel to what you're doing, and then you have like more options to play around with stuff with the feet with like a bomb blast or something like that.
Yeah,
to give like some variety to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because like when I first started, I only did bomb blast.
Okay,
that was it, and especially the band, like it was more Dragon Force style, and like they would only do that style of blast.
Yeah,
right. I didn't listen to like a ton of death metal until like maybe like 10 or so years ago.
Okay,
and because I never understood the Euro blast, I was like, just sounds like the album's skipping or something. Like it's just fucked.
If you're not used to listening to it, it sounds crazy.
Yeah. Sounds nuts.
Yeah.
But
it's pretty simple rhythmically, but it happens so fast. And if your ear isn't used to listening to that, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to like understand it, you know?
And even to like, to start to learn how to play it and everything, my left hand was so used to being on the beat. It doesn't, like, it's so much harder to do it on the ands.
Right.
You
start like flamming with yourself and
stuff.
Yeah.
Or then you just revert into like doing everything together and you're like, fuck, this isn't what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know? And then, it just becomes an absolute mess. So, but when you lock into that groove, it just like,
it feels so good.
It's like euphoric.
Yeah.
When you're playing it, you're like, this is like perfect.
I remember a while ago, I was talking to another percussionist. And he was way more like his whole thing. He's always like playing with like musicals and stuff, like in the pit band. So he's I mean, like he played drum set too, but he did like a lot of percussion kind of things.
Yeah.
And he's not a metalhead at all. But he was just asking me, like, what is it about, like, metal drumming and blast beats that you like? Like, why is that, like, your thing that you do? And I was like, it feels good to play.
Yeah. Feels amazing.
When you get it tight and you lock it in, it feels fantastic. I don't know how to describe it. Practice them and try it, and maybe you'll see what I'm talking about, you know?
Yeah.
But, like
it is. Like, it's almost like a euphoric experience.
Yeah.
Or, like, when you have just, like, a super fast double kick part locked in. Like,
it feels good.
Yeah, like whole notes on the snare, just like fucking grooving with ripping double kick.
Yeah.
Fuck, it feels so good,
Yeah.
man. Feels so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to describe it other than that.
Yeah.
It just feels good to do it.
Feels so good. Now, when you're trying to do it and your feet are not cooperating or your blasts aren't tight,
that doesn't feel good.
It does not. It feels quite the opposite of good.
It feels terrible.
Yeah, it feels horrendously bad.
Yeah.
Which is why you have the yin and yang.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's either
For
like
sure.
really, really good or really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's metal drumming in general.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, I mean, you got to practice, but no matter how much practice you put into it, you're going to have nights where you are absolutely killing it. And you're going to have nights where you're just having a bad playing night. And there's nothing you can really do about it, you know? So you just got to roll with the punches and everything. But
that's it, man. Yeah. Especially live.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing, you have to prepare for the studio. You have to play as tight as possible in the studio, no matter what people say. People be like, oh, well, you're just going to edit it anyways, blah, blah, blah. I've been there. I've done the sessions that I didn't care. And I was like, you're just going to edit it. It never turns out good. And then I've done the ones where I prepared.
Yeah.
I took my time and I played it literally the best I possibly could.
Yeah.
And it turned out so much better.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so much you can do with editing. And then you're going to end up sample replacing it. And it's just like, it's just not as good. It doesn't sound like you anymore.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah. Practice for the studio, but live is like, it's all about the sum of every part of the band coming together, you know? So, and you're only one part. So if there's like a small mistake here and there that you make, beating yourself up over it is not going to help.
It does no good.
No, you got to get up there, have fun, enjoy yourself, be as prepared as you can.
Yeah.
Obviously. But if you make mistakes, just try to go out there and do it better the next night.
For sure.
You know?
That's all you can do.
That's it. Sitting down and crying about it's not helping anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It just brings down the vibe of the whole gang on tour, right? So
it's like you get off stage. I feel like it's always somebody in the band every night. It's always different, but it's like everybody's like, "Man, I just killed it. How'd you feel about it?" It's like, "Yeah, I thought it was great too. How'd you feel?" And it's like, "This is the worst set of my life."
Yeah,
there's always
worst
somebody.
Set of my life. The amount of times I have heard that.
Yeah,
worst
like,
set of my life.
I'm in your band and I was on stage with you and I didn't notice.
Yeah. Like, I thought you sounded great, man.
Yeah,
and then you go watch footage and it's like, it's almost flawless.
Yeah. But that's how you perceive it when you're on stage.
Yeah,
it's like
so
you make
different.
one tiny mistake or something and you feel like you totally bombed.
Yeah,
but once you like hear it in the mix and how it sounded in the room and everything, it's like, oh, you can barely even tell that something went wrong there or
that's
whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Or
you dropped a stick at this part and it was like, whatever.
I feel like I've gotten better at just laughing that off.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's funny when I laugh at other drummers when it happens because I'm like, oh, I've done that.
Yeah, I've done the exact same thing.
Yeah. Got you too, huh? Yeah. But it's not like I think any less of a drummer because they dropped a stick or something like that. You know,
or
it
happens
happens
to fail
everybody.
or something.
It
like,
happens
whatever.
to everybody, and it's really not a big deal. But when you're on stage, sometimes you get in your head, and it does feel like a big deal in the moment. But
exactly, you feel. I think part of it too is you feel like you're letting everyone else in the band down.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So like when I mess up on stage, I feel like I just brought down our entire performance because of my mistake.
I think, especially with like stick dropping or anything like that, it's all in the recovery. It's all how you recover from it.
Absolutely.
Do you like can you grab another stick quickly? That's why I've always got like a stick holder right off my hi-hat stand. If I drop one, I can snag one real quick, hop right back in.
Always.
So like doing stuff like that helps. Or if you can even like you drop a stick, if you can keep your feet going, doing what they're supposed to do or whatever.
Yeah.
then sometimes maybe it's not the exact right part that you're supposed to play, but it doesn't sound like you stopped. You just did something else. The music kept going, and then you come back in. I feel like just being able to recover is so much better than like stopping altogether. If you have to like stop and bend down and like pick up a stick and come back in or something like that,
terrible.
then that's when I feel like I would have like let my band down or something.
Yeah, if you can keep the kicks and snare going, even if you have to switch your snare hand.
Yeah, I've tossed a stick from one hand to the other before or whatever just to grab another one.
There's a video from years ago where I tried to do that. I went to grab a stick, or I dropped a stick and I went to switch hands into this so I could grab a stick from my left, and then I dropped this stick, so then I had no sticks, and I was like, what? And then I had to grab a new pair.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, it was hilarious because we got it all on video too, like a drum cam of it, and I was like, fucking hell.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I ended up dropping 2 sticks. Like, oh, so stupid, man. But then
that's how it goes sometimes.
Just laugh at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just laugh it off. And like, there's nothing else. Like, especially since the post-COVID touring got started up again.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to have fun doing this.
Yeah.
You know, like it really kind of made me realize that all of it can go away so quickly.
Yeah.
And yes, you want to take it seriously. You want to take your music seriously. You want to, you know, your band is a business, and you want to make sure that you're growing and building your career, and, you know, not discrediting that at all. But at the end of the day, when you hop on stage, you're there with some of your best friends, and you want to make music that you love and enjoy, and then perform for people and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Like, having fun is the number one goal. We're not making a lot of money out here playing metal. You don't play metal to make money.
Yeah.
You play it because you love the music you're making.
For sure.
Right? So if you're not having fun doing it, why are you here?
Yeah.
Why
exactly.
are you here, man?
Yeah.
You know, just go home. You know, you can not have fun working a regular 9 to 5 too.
Yeah.
You know,
or you could be on the road traveling, meeting new people, going to new places, and not having a real job.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
no real job.
Yeah.
We'll call that this episode that. Yeah. No real jobs.
Don't have a real job.
No, real jobs.
Play
are
drums.
Lame. Yeah. Just play drums all day. That's it. Write drums, record drums.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything has to be drums.
Yeah. Always drums.
So, were you guys in the studio recently?
So we kind of. We recorded some stuff earlier this year that is not our next album.
Okay.
We put out a song back in April or May, right before the start of the Necro tour that we did earlier this year, the Necro Goblicon. That was just a standalone thing, and we may or may not have another one of those coming out that we may or may not be playing on the upcoming tours. But that's just because we wanted to do something. The first song was a song written by our new guitarist Sanjay. So that was to announce Sanjay as being in the band since Mike stepped down, and also to let him do his own thing for some Inferi stuff.
Yeah.
The hypothetical other song that may or may not be being released in the near future.
May
possibly,
or may not.
May or may not be a little more collaborative on all of our parts.
Awesome. And it may or may not see the light of day. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe.
At this point.
I can't say for sure. But we are writing new music.
Awesome.
With the goal to track the new record, or at least get the drums going like 1st of next year.
Okay.
Or maybe like February.
Hope. Sick. You pumped for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you like the studio?
I do.
Yeah?
I do like recording stuff. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. It is. I never did. Like, I was always so nervous in the studio.
Yeah.
Always so nervous because I
mean, that's how I was at first.
Yeah, of course. But also, like, I didn't understand the studio at all either.
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't grasp it, like, when I first started recording drums, like
Same.
playing in bands and like drum recording. Like I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I didn't know how to play to a click, but they gave me a click anyways, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. You know,
if you don't
like,
know how to do it, that is hard to do.
Yeah, it somehow turned out well. I have no idea.
Sick.
But it did. Like I'm like, okay, whoever edited this works some magic.
Yeah.
You know? But it was always nerve-wracking. And then after that experience, I was like, I didn't want to go into the studio again because I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to ever feel that uncomfortable. Like playing to a click and not knowing how to. So then I started playing with a metronome. And now it's just it's a part of my brain now. Yeah. You know, like that.
Playing to a click is crucial. Whether or not you do it live, practicing to one is so essential. Yeah. Because again, even if you don't do it live, all that practicing to a click is going to do is like allow you to internalize the tempos and keep the time, which is your job. Yeah. Better. Yeah. You know,
like even a full band practicing to a click. Yeah. Like rehearsing to a click, and then you get to go up live and not use a click. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
And it gives you some wiggle room if you're playing the kind of music that it's cool to have a little looseness to it, you know? Or like if it's like you get to a certain part and you're like, I think we should play this part a little slower tonight or something. Then you have the freedom to do that.
The big thing is if you have a front man that likes to do ad-lib stuff or something, or like you want to do a pause and then when he kicks back in, the whole band comes in, like little stuff like that you can't count out how long it's going to be every night because it's going to be different every night.
Unless it's like super rehearsed. Yeah. Or I guess you could like plan a break in your session or something like that, and as long as you have like a count off in there that's going off in your ears, everybody knows exactly when they're supposed to come back in or something. But even then, if the vocalist or whoever's talking is like goes on a little too long or something, then it might like cut them off real quick.
Yeah, so, exactly. So
it's a fine line.
Yeah, it is. But rehearsing to a click will like really make the whole band tighter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like every musician should always practice to a click.
Yeah. Everyone. Yeah. You know? That's why I love the fact that we all have click tracks in our ears.
Yeah, same.
All of us. Yeah. It's the best.
I mean, like, I understand people who are like not into playing with a click live at this point. I don't really want to ever not do it because it's just one less thing to think about.
Yeah, I know.
As long as you can lock into it and stuff, then you can completely focus on the parts you're playing, on the show you're putting on, and you don't have to think like, oh, did I rush that part? And then like fuck up because you're thinking about a part that already went by or something like that when you're already like doing something else or, you know, just that sort of thing.
Yeah, I hate it. And even bands I've filled in for and everything, if they didn't play to a click, I was like, well, you are now.
Yeah.
Like, send me your sessions.
Same.
Like, I'll put together my click tracks. Like, I am playing to a click.
Yeah.
There's
like you don't have to, but I will.
It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, if it's metal.
Yeah.
If it's some kind of like soft rock stuff or anything like that, I'm totally cool. We'll just feel it out. Yeah. It'll be fine.
For sure.
I'll play to your tempo. Yeah. It's good. But metal, man, nah. Give me a click.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier. I will play everything either way too slow or way too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just feel like stylistically, metal music is supposed to be so on the grid.
Yeah. It's supposed to be tight as fuck.
Yeah. So like it just makes sense to always do that.
Yeah.
You know? And it feels good. There's one less thing to think about.
Yeah, man. Like I barely even listen to the click. Yeah, I know it's there. But okay.
I listen to it for count-in, and then otherwise it's just there and it lets me know where I need to be.
Do you have anything else in your click track? Or do you have
like in my ears or
yeah.
So
what's your in-ear mix like?
So we have the Behringer X32 in our live rig.
Yeah.
So there's an app that we can all connect to. I'll with you.
This is the first time I'm smoking on the podcast.
Okay.
So
hell yeah.
I might cut this out. We'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Click tracks.
Right.
Oh yeah. So In-ear mixes. We all have an app. We can connect our phones to
the X32. Yep.
And then we can each adjust our own individual mixes. So all of us are hearing something slightly different. For me, I usually have I have live guitars and album guitars in my ears.
Okay.
I have the live guitars up a little higher than the album guitars, so I don't really hear those as much unless something goes wrong on stage. And the only reason I have the album guitars in my ear is if their guitar cuts out or something gets unplugged or a string gets broken or whatever.
You always
I still have a fail safe in my ear, so I know where we are in the song. I can keep going. Everybody else can keep going while whoever's having an issue can resolve the issue they're having.
Yeah.
So I've got that. I have a little bit of bass, more just to feel it than to like have it super present in my ears. And then I've got the vocals in there.
You guys run Reaper session?
We do everything through Logic.
Logic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't generally set up our live sessions. For my own stuff, I use Cubase, and I haven't really spent time with Logic all that much.
Yeah. I use Pro Tools in studio, but I would absolutely never run a live session off Pro Tools. Ever.
Yeah.
Like, for me, even Logic, I won't even go there.
Really?
No.
What do you use?
Reaper.
Oh, okay.
For live sessions, like, it just won't crash.
Interesting.
And that's the only thing I would trust.
Another thing, I've heard really, really good things about using Ableton Live. I've never messed around with it personally.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of depends on CPU usage and everything like that. And Reaper's just like nothing.
Yeah.
If you're just playing back tracks and you don't have effects or anything on them, right? Yeah. It's just for in-ears. You got your guitar stems and everything like that. Then, dude, it's beautiful. Yeah. I know. I toured with the band Striker, and they run everything like guitar tones, everything off a Reaper session.
Whoa.
And then just out to the X32 into the inputs, and it's glorious.
So this is a little over my head. I just hit stuff, But for guitars, we use Axe Effects as well. But all the tone changes are programmed.
They're all MIDI programmed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sick.
So I'm not really sure if that happens in the session or if that happens in the Axe Effects. I think it's the Axe Effects. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe.
But I just hit stuff. So
I don't know. If everything's connected, then you could do it just through.
But that's mostly just so that the guitar tones, when we're playing a song from a certain album, sounds like that album sounds. And there's like patch changes and stuff too, so nobody has to hit anything to make their guitar go clean or anything like that. I love that. Yeah, I love it makes it easy. Yeah. So all our guitarists have to do is get on stage and play.
Yeah, and that was like Striker too. Everything was automated, even in between certain songs and stuff like that. Guitar would be off, like you get nothing coming through, right, until the next song kicks in, and then all the lead like. Delay and everything, all the effects are on there. Yeah. It's glorious. But so with this run, we have one little ego riser. And we're telling we have a session guitar player just for the tour. And we're like, when you do this solo, like get up on there. Like, come on, we're like the one guitar player goes up, does his, and then he steps up and does it. He's like, I have I use wah in that solo though. It's like, okay, well, our bass player isn't doing anything specific at that point. So now we have it. So I think when we were in Chicago 2 nights ago was the first time that like our bass player was working the wah while he was soloing on the box. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Like doing shit like this is super fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
And that's the whole point of just like not being too serious, but just having fun with it. And if he fucks it up, whatever. Yeah. Like you can't really fuck up with a wah pedal.
Yeah, it's not like super precise or anything.
The worst case is
it just gives it a different kind of sound.
He turns it off. And then it's just like, okay.
Then he's just soloing.
Yeah, then he's just soloing. It sounds sick anyway. So, It's little shit like that, though. It's like, let's not overthink things.
Yeah.
let's just go up there and have fun and try new shit.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So, yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I love the fact that you have everything in a session though, because ours right now we just run everything off an iPad, so it's just clicks on left channel, and then then our samples on the right channel. So we just run mono samples.
Yep.
But we put rhythm guitar stems in the click track.
Okay.
So I predominantly follow studio guitars live. I'm basically playing to the album guitars.
Sure.
I put a little bit in there, but I can't really hear the live guitars at all. And I kind of want to change that. So
that's what I used to do. I used to like when I first started playing with Inferi, I pretty much only played along to the album guitars. Granted, we didn't have all the gear that we have now, so that's part of it too. Right. We didn't have the X32 or anything like that, so we couldn't do individual mixes. But that's how I did it at first, and then it got to the point where I felt like I was just like practicing live all the time.
Yeah,
because that's what I would do at home, is like play along to the album guitars, working on songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed feeling like I was playing with people because it didn't feel like I was doing that as much.
Yeah.
And
that's
so I started shifting things a little bit so that it's like most of what I'm hearing in my ears is what's actually being played right now.
Yeah.
And again, just have the stems in there as a fail safe for if something goes wrong, I don't lose my spot in the song or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
of course. Yeah.
And I've enjoyed that. It's been fun. It feels like I'm playing a show again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also used to play with like those like
cans
over the ears when I first started.
Proper in ears.
So I was well, I mean this is like 5-6 years ago or something like that. And now I have regular in-ears, but that also just like the isolation from that, I couldn't hear anything happening in the crowd.
Nothing.
So I really felt like I was just practicing on stage for people.
Yeah.
Which is not cool or fun.
The cool thing is when we have the space and everything, we set up like underheads, so for the like underneath the cymbals, so you get a little bit of stage sound with that as well, because we keep them pretty far away. So if I have that up a fair bit, then I can hear a lot more of the stage sound. But a lot of the times my in-ears will like come out a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can hear the venue now. Like it's so that's the only way I'm getting any kind of like live feel from it.
Gotcha.
I guess. But yeah, I'm kind of missing that, like hearing the other guitar players and what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, mainly so when they mess up, I can roast them after the show.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because what I wanted to do, because right now I only run mono mixes. Okay. So my ears are all mono.
Yeah.
But
in that app you can pan things. So I set that up depending on who's stage left and stage right.
Yeah, for a little bit we only had enough outputs so to do a mono for me. Gotcha. Everyone else runs stereo.
Okay.
And I don't care about my drums or anything else. I just wanted the guitars panned left and right, so I knew which guy was messing up.
Yeah.
Right? And then I can say something afterwards, you know?
I don't have any of my drums in my ear either.
You have no drums?
Except for triggers. That's the only thing.
I predominantly have drums. I like my drum mix in my ears sounds phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We got reverb on there, compression, like everything. Yeah. So like I love my snare, my toms, kicks. My drum mix sounds sick, and then I have click and guitars, and like that's little bit of vocals, and that's it.
Gotcha.
That's how I roll.
I don't know. I feel like I can hear everything I'm doing well enough from sitting right behind the kit, and I don't want to like overload my ears.
Oh, I love overloading them.
Okay.
Yeah. I love like I just like from 2 years at home, just in my studio playing. I just got so used to everything sounding so sick in my ears.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I want that live. I want everything to sound fucking awesome.
I've been getting used to that a little bit too.
Yeah.
At least with my snare. I do kind of like having a little bit of snare in my ears when I'm like, I don't know, filming or recording something at home or whatever. But
yeah, even like, oh man, even the toms, like just like a nice tom fill. Or like heavy accents and stuff like that, having that in your ears, just I don't know. I find it just brings it brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
When I hear it and my drums sound sick.
Yeah.
And and it gives me energy.
Yeah.
Like it, because it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then I get that little bit of dopamine rush.
Yeah.
And then it makes me like enjoy it, like every aspect of playing live.
It sounds good and it feels good, and then it makes you play better.
Yeah.
Because I'd swear, like if your kit sounds good, you will play better.
100%. 100%.
Or if your kit sounds the way you want your kit to sound, you will play better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I feel like
a good way to put that.
Play terribly if I've got like really old heads on my kit and they don't sound like they're tuned well or anything, then I'm not going to play well because it sounds bad.
Yeah. It sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all, I swear it's all mental, but
of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. But when you hit a drum, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
And you get like that, like
I don't want to play
buzzy
anymore.
Resonance off it. You're like,
yeah.
I don't want to play on this.
What are these overtones going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like, you just don't want to play it. But when it's nicely in tune, fresh heads, which the price of heads these days.
Insane,
dude. I'm not excited about it.
It is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the price of everything.
Yes.
But also the price of all music gear. Everything's gone up like crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Sticks these days too. Prices are crazy high for sticks.
Yeah. I am very, very gracious and lucky to be with Los Cabos Drumsticks, sponsor of this podcast.
I am very gracious to be with Meinl Stick and Brush for sticks as well. Not a sponsor of this podcast.
No,
I don't think.
No, not yet. Yeah, dude,
that helps.
It helps so huge because like even just the stick order I got for this tour, I was like that would have like financially crushed me if I had to pay full price for everything.
Yeah,
like even just getting I luckily had an extra set of drum heads in my studio that I was like, usually I keep all of that for when I do sessions and then I can reskin the kit for the band that's in. But I was like, no, I need these.
Yeah.
I need it because I have to go on the, like, I can't afford to reskin my whole kit for this tour. Like
I stretch out reso heads as long as I possibly can.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
So if I can only change tops, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. No, I was definitely not changing reso heads.
Yeah.
No. Like, tops, a couple extra snare heads. I found a couple.
Yeah.
Like that were kicking around. I'm like, I'll bring these just in case.
But
I'm going to like I have the heavyweight dry, which are like $52 Canadian now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And say like 47 plus tax. So I'm just like, I went to buy one and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this last as long as I can on this run. And then I have a couple other HD dries I'll put on if I need to.
I always like the HD dries when I played Evan's stuff.
Yeah. I like it. And then I found the heavyweight dry. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it's a little thicker. It'll last a little longer. I like it. It has a little more weight to the actual tone as well, which is nice.
Does I haven't used a heavyweight dry. Does that one have the vent holes like the HD does?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the dry aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because they had the heavyweight for a long time.
Right.
And then they came out with the heavyweight
dry.
dry.
Yeah.
And when I saw the dry, I was like, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I love the vent holes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sure.
Yeah. It's
Do they have the overtone ring on the inside too?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it has like a big dot in the middle too. So it like it lasts a long. It's like a reverse dot.
Yeah. Okay.
Type thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great head. And they do last a lot longer. The HD dries I'll burn through like
single
like
ply.
half a tour.
Yeah.
But
I like single ply heads on my snare.
I love them.
I use double ply heads on the top for my toms, and I use single ply for the top on my snare and my kick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all because I'm G2s on top, G1s on bottom for toms.
I'm the Remo equivalent.
Yeah.
Emperors on top, ambassadors on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like the HD dry or the heavyweight.
Yeah.
Heavyweight dry is specifically for tour.
Yeah.
HD dry I'll put on for studio.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you can always dampen it more if you need to. by having a single ply head on there lets the drum open up a little bit.
It allows it to breathe a little more, right?
And you can always EQ things out if you don't like the way something sounds or whatever.
Yeah, but in studio, you want a little more of that ring and everything, right? You want more that you can EQ around it.
Exactly.
Rather than dampening the shit out of it, and then you're left with a thuddy, nothing of a drum, and then you have to add samples in to get the tone back. Yeah. Right? So
I guess what I'm saying is that you can't unchoke a drum that has a really thick head on it.
Right.
But if you have a thinner head on it, you have more room to play around with how it sounds.
100%. Yeah. Live, I'm like, I want a thick one because I want it to last longer because I can't afford to change heads every night. Yeah.
Man, I always use coated Power Stroke 3s, or at least for a few years. That's all I've been using on my snare, which is similar to an HD dry. Okay. It's just a single ply head. It doesn't have the vent holes, but it does have an overtone ring on the inside.
Okay. Yeah. I know I've used them in the past, but I've been using Evans for close to 10 years now, almost religiously.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know why. I like Remo. Remo's great.
Dude, I mean, everybody has their preference. Aquarium makes great shit. Everybody makes good stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone makes good products.
Yeah. I don't know why, but as drummers or musicians in general, we get precious with the gear that we choose to use. And we're like, no, I only go for this brand.
Yes.
That's it. You know?
For me, like, even like before I got endorsements though, and I don't know, I just like, it felt better to me if I had all the same kind of heads on my kit.
Yes.
Or if I was always using the same kind of sticks.
Yeah. It's aesthetically pleasing.
And like, if I was always trying to have like matching cymbals as much as possible.
Yeah.
Wanted them from the same set or same series or something. I split it. I use different series now, but it's like.
It's all Meinl though.
Well, I mean, yeah, all Meinl.
Yeah, of course.
But when I first started out, it was all Zildjian. And then I decided I wanted to switch to Sabian. I can't remember who I even saw playing Sabian that made me want to do that, but I did that. So I gradually sold all my Zildjian stuff and replaced it all with Sabian. And then I did the same thing with Meinl. And now I definitely play all Meinl stuff.
All Meinl, yeah.
This is the best.
I'm all
in my opinion.
Sabian, except I have one set of Zildjian hats.
Okay.
That I really like. I got 14-inch A customs on my right.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoy those hats.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But they do every single night. It irks me a little bit that it's not all the same.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, just take like some, those are A customs. Take the brilliant Zildjian cymbal polish.
Yeah.
And just wear down that logo, dude. Take it off of there.
Just get it off of there, yeah.
You can draw a Sabian logo on there.
Oh, yeah. Especially their new one. Just take a thick Sharpie and just
Sabian, real big.
Yeah, exactly.
Sabian Unbound.
Yeah. I don't even want to go into what they're doing with that branding. God damn. The old one.
I don't know why they did it. I like the old one better.
Yeah,
too,
everybody does. Every single person I've talked to is like, the old one's way better.
I don't know why they did it. But I mean, sometimes you got to change things up a little bit.
You got it. So. You got to be okay with it. We're getting older, though. We're not as okay with change.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's been that way.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
So why'd you change it? Yeah. We got to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I think that might be a good way to end the podcast.
Embrace change.
Embrace change.
Don't be old.
Just don't be old. That's it. Stay young forever. Yeah. Well, honestly, if you're touring all the time, you feel like a kid.
Yeah. For sure.
Like we're all just children out here.
Yeah.
Playing music, pretending to be adults, maybe. Yep. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's sick though.
Yeah, it is sick. Yeah. Shredding is sweet.
Yeah.
And you get to start shredding again at the end of October.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out dates.
We got all our dates online. You can buy tickets at ragsterriffagetour.com. That's the name of the tour.
Rags to Riffage
Tour. Yeah.
Dude, I know. I was just looking at the poster earlier and I was like, that's the sickest tour name ever.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was my
That
idea.
was all you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. We'll allow you to take credit for it.
And then there's ticket links in our bio for the UK tour as well with Decapitated and Obscura. And yeah. Hope to see you out on the road.
Sick. Well, Spencer, thanks a lot for joining me,
man. Yeah. Stoked to see you on the road tonight. I've never seen you play before.
Fuck yeah, dude. Not in person. Yeah. It should be a fun night. Yeah. Stoked. Should be sick. I'm gonna have to do some warm-ups tonight. Yeah, definitely.
Stretch out, dude.
Yeah, we weren't playing yesterday, so I'm like, definitely gonna do some stretches.
I feel that.
Yeah, get warmed up because now I got an audience.
Yeah. Whatever. I'll be drinking beer. It'll be fine, dude.
Oh, all right, good. Yeah. I'll give you my drink tickets, and then
okay.
Yeah, it'll be sick. Get you wasted so you don't even remember my set. That was so sick, dude. I was like, oh, was it?
Nah, it'll be great.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, man.
This has been super fun.
Me.
This has been first podcast while on the tour. So on any tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, and hopefully next time you're in Toronto, I'm in Nashville, we could do this again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Totally down.
Do round 3.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sick. Cool. Sick. All right. Thanks for listening to the We're Talking Drums podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share with your friends and check out our Patreon for exclusive content and early episodes. Till next time, keep drumming.